Power 93.7 WBLK. I'm Yasmin Young. This is the 2 to 6 Takeover. And today I have the pleasure of being joined by one of our great leaders right here in New York State. I'm talking about Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, who is from right here in Western New York. Welcome, Lieutenant Governor.
Well, thank you for having me back on the show. It is nice to be talking to my hometown crowd here. It's great.
You're always welcome here in Western New York. And I wanted to talk to you about the legalization of recreational marijuana here in New York State. I know that due to COVID-19, there's been a loss in state revenue. Can you talk about the renewed push?
Yes, and this is something Governor Cuomo has been talking about for years, actually. First of all, not just the revenue side, which is really important now, but, there has been, historic injustice where the African-American community has been targeted. There's been more prosecutions and convictions and young black males who find themselves sitting incarcerated and changing their life forever because they were caught in possession of marijuana. And the laws were I don't think they were fairly administered. And so we have been fighting this as a social justice issue for a long time. But we had Republicans in the Senate that didn't agree with us, so it didn't happen. But now we have a majority in the Assembly and the Senate, so we have the ability to do this and to find ways that we can also make sure that there's sort of a social equity deal where we take care of the fact that there has been historic discrimination in communities of color. How we fix that and make sure that there's lots of opportunity for the administration and sale and distribution of legal marijuana. Now, we want to make sure that it's legalized, and last year we decriminalized possession. That was a first step. But to legalize it, regulate it so the quality is there, that there's nothing that's on the black market that is not healthy and is approved our standards, and then ultimately to have a tax because it'll help our budget shortfalls, which are just unbelievable during the pandemic because the federal government has turned its back on New York, have not providing the help we need to offset the huge expenses. I mean, you think about all the money we've had to spend dealing with this pandemic, plus the loss in revenue. So there's a lot of reasons why we think the time is right, and I expect the legislature will take this up when they go back in session, and the governor will put it as part of his budget. So it's an important conversation, long overdue, and the fact that people in Canada have it legalized, they're talking about it in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, it's on the ballot, and also Massachusetts. So at some point, we don't want to criminalize behavior that is legalized all around our neighboring states and certainly the country of Canada. So that's where we are right now on that issue.
Well, people can read more about that on our website as well, WBLK.com. Lieutenant Governor, I appreciate you checking in again right here in Western New York. And thank you so much. And thank you for your hard work.
All right. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Yasmin. And make sure everybody gets out there and votes.